Sensation, and as you can see it's all turned on, and this 4.3-inch screen looks pretty darn good. Viewing angles, even though it's LCD, it's not Super AMOLED Plus like on the Galaxy S2, viewing angles are very, very good. And there's also this kind of a slight lip, which you probably can't see, to the edge of the screen, which just lets you know when your thumb is coming up to the corners. It's very nicely done. It's obviously got this new lock screen that HTC have introduced, which allows you to unlock the phone by dragging this ring up, or by shooting directly to any of these preset apps by dragging it down into the launcher ring. And obviously you can change those apps for yourself. You can set them to different ones. So the home screen, it's obviously got these backlit buttons there at the bottom. We've got the normal various Android panes, which you can grab, drag, move around, reorganize, spin it round, and as you can see, as on the HTC Flyer, you get that kind of 3D zooming out effect, which looks great. It's a kind of good example of how the process is keeping up. Unlike the Flyer, it doesn't have a landscape mode, only in portrait, but seeing as it's a phone, that's probably not too big a deal. In the status notifications bar, you've got the usual shortcuts to the apps you've loaded recently. Any notifications drop in here. Tab over to the quick settings page, and you can see you've got shortcuts for Wi-Fi, mobile network, Bluetooth, GPS, Wi-Fi hotspot, that kind of thing, or you go straight into the full settings pages. So you've got everything that you would normally find in an Android device. All the usual account support. You can log in with HTC's own Ping Twitter client, for instance, its own Facebook integration, or you can use the regular Facebook and Twitter apps from the Android market. In terms of storage, obviously this particular handset has an 8GB card inside it. There's also 1.09 gig of space available for apps on the internal storage, so it's reasonable. And the phone itself is running Android 2.3.3, HTC Sense 3.0. So in terms of apps, you get this the new sort of paginated app drawer menu, and you get a mixture of sort of HTC's own apps and apps that obviously come with Android as standard. So there's the usual Gmail app, there's FriendStream, which we're familiar with from previous HTC Android phones, which pulls in your Facebook and your Twitter and that kind of thing. There's also dock mode, as we saw on the Flyer, which brings in the weather, the time, gives you some shortcuts at the bottom, and if I was logged into Facebook or Twitter, it would give me a recent message from one of my Facebook friends on here as well. And the idea is that this lets you sit it on a bedside table, for instance, with this dimmed down mode, or on your desk if you've got a desk dock, and you can also set it to go automatically into Wi-Fi hotspot mode as soon as you dock it, which is quite useful. Other apps, there's obviously HTC's Watch app, which allows you to stream videos and download videos directly to the phone, as we saw on the Flyer the other day. Obviously you have to set it up because we haven't loaded this before. And you can preview trailers, which that started streaming a lot quicker than we saw on the Flyer, I have to say. And trailers will stream over Wi-Fi or 3G, whereas you can download films only over 3G. And this QHD display, 960 by 540, it looks brilliant. It's obviously higher resolution than Samsung offers on the Galaxy S2, though obviously Samsung does have an awful lot of sub-pixels to kind of make up for that shortfall somewhat, but it really does look very, very good. In terms of other apps, you get the usual HTC Tita, the little game, HTC Peep, locations, and the HTC Hub to allow you to download extra things, Polaris Office for music editing, and then some of the icons you see are to do with Vodafone. Obviously the phone is a Vodafone exclusive, so there's the 360 shop, which is Vodafone's own stuff there. There's Vodafone's own music shop as well. Seeing this as a front-facing camera, you can use it with HTC's Mirror app, so you can see hello. What it doesn't come with is any sort of HTC video conferencing software, which they showed back at Mobile World Congress and still haven't released. So if you want to do any video conferencing, you'll be using something like Skype or Quick or Fring, that kind of thing. So that's the HTC Sensation. It's very impressive. The screen is a particular highlight, as you can see. The /gear homepage here, probably can't quite focus in on that, but you're seeing an awful lot of text there. This is the maximum zoomed out view, and if I get close enough, even with my myopic eyesight, I can actually still read that. And pinch zooming, nice and quick. Double tap to zoom in, text reflow works nice and quick. Screen page orientation changes, again, lovely and quick. We'll be doing some benchmarking on this, but this is going to be one of the fastest Android handsets around, we're imagining. And as soon as the modding community can get past HTC's locked bootloader, I imagine that this will be quite the device for custom firmware. So that's the HTC Sensation. We'll have a full review up on /gear very, very soon. Thanks for watching.